cycling, previously it just used to be bikes with rim brakes, and now there are disc brakes in bike, and now there are aero rotors. There is a mechanical disc brake setup, there's a hydraulic disc brake setup, and there is hype around all this. I see a lot of disc brake bike owners who look down to people who have rim brake bikes. So I just want to get a perspective from you of is disc brake really over rim brakes, and if yes, why, and if no, why?
If you talk about the technology and the advancement in this, we as shopkeeper also have to keep updated every year that okay, what new is coming and what old is coming, what is the reason. But to just simplify it, I would always say that some technology is definitely an experiment. Some things are like proved and proven that okay, this is what is going to work, and technology is always going to benefit you.
Yeah.
So if you will go for a rim brake bike versus a disc brake bike today, disc brake has a lot of advantage, not just on the braking part, but on your rolling part, on the control of the bike, on the confidence that you get on the bike when you go on, not just on a flat road, but during guards, up the guard, down the guard, it's all good. Why people look rim brakes as down is not because of the rim brake, it's because of still why are you using something old when you have the option of going for something better.
Yeah.
But I would say that disc brakes have a lot of advantage. Mechanical challenges are there, but to be honest, it's not your lookout. It's the mechanic's lookout. If your bike is not working well, you give it to the mechanic.
Yep.
It's not for you to do anything. Basic things you do.
Yep.
But mechanics have to be trained to do a better job in that. So that's the shop's lookout and the mechanic's lookout. For you, what you want is pure fun to ride, good confidence, good safety for you to ride, and less of maintenance. So
Yeah.
disc brakes, again, it's a myth that disc brakes has a lot of maintenance. It has very less maintenance.
Yeah, two of my bikes were disc brake
One
bikes.
is your.
One is the frame you can see on the top. So I never faced any issues on the disc brake, apart from the fact that disc brake wheel sets are costlier than rim brake wheel sets. But yeah, so if I talk about the advantages and disadvantages, so rim brake bikes are lighter, or probably the whole build, not the bike itself, but the whole build is a bit lighter because you don't have disc brakes. Also, if your the brake pads are rubbing, it's very easy to adjust. People can do it at home. But for a disc brake bike, you might need some basic equipment, like if your disc is bent, you might need to get it straight, or there are a couple of things. But at the end, once you are on the road, the amount of confidence that a disc brake bike will give you, it can never be matched. And I'm even not talking about conditions where it is raining. When it is raining, and if you are on a descent, and if you have a rim brake bike, only God can help you and stop you. But on a disc brake bike, you will never face that issue.
True. I'll tell you one more thing to add on. Your rim brake, let's say if it's a wheel and your rim brake is getting pressed in the circumference of the wheel. So after a point, it actually damages or destroys the rim because the thickness gets narrower and you have to discard the wheel. In disc brake, it's never the case. So it hits the rotor and you just have to change the rotor every now and then. So once you buy a wheel, it's probably there for 10-12 years for you.
It might last you very long.
Yeah. And in rim brake, you need to switch your wheels after a time because it sort of brushes your wheel out.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
This is a question which a lot of people don't take seriously, probably because they don't feel that bikes are as important as their cars, or even they are high-end bikes that they have at home. So what should be the frequency of getting a bike serviced? Should it be time-based, usage-based, or probably how do they abuse the bike or where they store the bike? So what all factors should a person consider, and what should be the servicing intervals that he should go for?
You have very nice questions. So I would say keep the bike very simple, because at the end goal, again, as I tell you, I'm repeating it once again, is it should excite you and it should be fun for you to ride and not in the bike shop all the time for service.
Yeah.
In our store, especially what I also follow the European standard, is once in a year you strip down the bike. And you do complete work, irrespective if the equipment is working fine or not working fine. You open it up, see it thoroughly, and the question that the mechanic has is, will it work for one more year?
Yep.
Like that's how we work. If it is not going to work for the next whole year, then we replace it. Let's say if it's going to work for 2 months, we still consider replacing it because we don't want the customer to come after a month again to us. So once that work is done thoroughly, then you don't need to service the bike the entire year.
Oh.
Like one strip service, one good service, maybe the bill would bigger bill, but it's for the year.
Okay.
Then you have to do your homely maintenance, which is there. If you don't like to do it, you can go to a nearby bike store. That is going to be your degreasing and lubrication of your chain and your gear set.
Yeah.
We do not encourage riders or customers to come here for that. Of course, we charge if they come and we do it. But if you love riding, you need to love maintaining your bike also.
Yeah.
So it's a 20-minute job, 30-minute job. You just clean your bike once in a week or maybe twice in a week, depending on your intensity. Degrease it with a degreaser. We have tools to give you and lubricate it. It's done. If you do this, you do not need a service for the entire year. If you are extremely intense rider, let's say you're putting 20-25,000 kilometers, then you might need a checkup in 6 to 8 months.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's not needed for the entire year.
So the encouragement here is get your bike stripped down service once a year so that all your equipment are checked thoroughly, and the rest of the things you can do at home. Because if you go to any bike shop, they would want business. They would always want you to come. So they might do work which will only last for a couple of months. So always believe or depend on a store who would encourage you to do things on your own so that you don't have to visit the store.
I like to add on this. So we have bike stores. I don't want to take names. So what you do is, let's say we'll charge you 2,500 for a full service. You'll go there, they'll be like, full service ka zarurat nahi hai. They'll do a standard service or a gold, silver service, whatever. Basically a standard service which will cost you around 1,200. The customer, the rider is happy.
Become very happy.
कि वाह मेरा
आधे में काम हो रहा है.
कम में हो रहा है, अच्छा है. But right after 2 months he has to come back. Again they will open something, again they'll charge 500-700 to do the labor work separately from whatever it is. It's like every 2-3 months they have to come, and then it's not fun. Like I feel the fun should be in riding and not the bike being in the store.
True.
This is something you need to take care of yourself. If the work is done for cheap, is it really a discount or is it a compromise on the quality is the question.
Don't compromise on your bike, because once you're on the road, if you are hitting good speeds, if there is some equipment which you have put of a lower quality, it will impact your safety. Probably you will save 500-600, but it might end up you being in the hospital in thousands and lakhs of rupees where you will be spending on your surgeries. So make a wise choice. I'll not suggest you to go to the most expensive equipment that is available, but something which is not that costly but reliable.
Yeah.
That is what matters. Then there is a very simple question, because even I had that question for a long time when I was writing off. How should a person have his diet planned? What should a person eat before, after, or during the ride, or one night before, and how often should he hydrate himself? Because I see a lot of friends, they don't even have a bottle and they are riding for a very long time and they're like, oh, I don't feel thirsty. So what should be the interval and what should a person see in terms of hydration and nutrition? Again,
this is a very big topic, but I'm just assuming that you're very new to cycling and you just need a basic guidance. I'm just going to give you a basic guidance. Do not skip on carbs, because that's like your regular intake that you need, because you're burning a lot, irrespective of your weight. So don't ever skip on carbohydrates which you take before your race, like a bowl of rice or a bowl of oats or something. That is good, whatever way or form you want to take it. During the ride is the most common thing what I have also seen. A person is new in cycling, they skip the during the ride thing.
Yeah.
So the bottle is missing, very normal. So do not do that, because even if you're not thirsty during the ride, if you finish your ride and you come and you do it, and you have the day to work, or maybe your college is there, your work is there, your clinic is there, your business is there, you will feel weak and tired. You might think that it is because of your ride, but it is not because of your ride, it is because of your hydration.
Yeah.
That your fatigue level is very high throughout the day, you're dehydrated, your body is dehydrated, and various things come in that. Post the ride, definitely I would say protein source is needed. So if you're doing something external from your day-to-day life, your body needs that external nutrition also. Protein shake is one of them. Again, load yourself with carbs for the entire day.
Yep.
And then you can have your normal diet, I would say.
So the basic goal is whenever you're riding, I follow a simple goal. Before I get thirsty, I just have a sip of water. So I have a timer set. Every 15 minutes, I just have a sip of water, so that after the ride, I don't just gulp up a whole bottle of water together, which is not going to help you at all. So if you keep yourself hydrated at proper interval of time, you will always feel energized. You will always feel that you have the capacity to ride, to work the whole day as well. And as Bobby mentioned about nutrition, it's the most important part. People always take nutrition as it's not important. They just go for a 100-kilometer ride without having anything on an empty stomach. It's never advisable. You might be able to do the ride, you might able to come home, but what happens is your body able to function normally after the ride, or you need a couple of hours of sleep to just get back that energy back? So you need to focus on these small things, and once you start working on these things, ride will not be a exhausting thing in your day. It will kind of be something which you will enjoy more than the whole day. Because for me now, I don't plan my day, I plan what ride I need to do, because that sets the tone for the day. While buying a bike, as you mentioned, based on the use case, is there any other factors? Like there might be a lot of people who might want to get into racing, who might think a road bike is the right bike for them, but they might have a knee injury in the past, or probably a back injury in the past. So does this play a very important role while selecting the bike?
Not while selecting the bike, selecting the size of the bike actually.
Okay.
Like which size you want to go in for. Any sport that you play, if you do not do it properly, the sport can backfire on your body as well. Like let's say if you didn't have a back pain ever in your life, but you started cycling and now you have a back pain because you're not doing it right. It could be a reason, it can backfire.
But what people generally think is this pain was not there because I was never cycling, and now I've started cycling, so cycling has caused this pain.
There is. So that is fatigue, I would say, or overusing of a particular part of your body. But when it comes to severe back pain, severe knee pain, then it is something that you're doing wrong.
Correct.
And if you do cycling in the wrong direction, then it's like again backfiring your body. Understanding the right saddle height is the primary thing for knee, which is a very common issue. Back pain also comes when you don't have the right size of the bike. Like you need to have the right size and the right saddle height to have both of these ratios maintained. Then there are various factors also, like your history also depends. What were you doing before? Were you just having a desk job totally and not doing any exercises? Then you might need like a couple of months or maybe at least a month in the gym before you hit the bike. Or you ride the bike and simultaneously you do some exercises
to make your body a bit flexible, so that your muscles are loose and it can adapt to the new sport that you are trying to get into.
Yeah.
I have just bought a bike, and what is the amount of kilometers that I should target in a week so that I can build up my stamina? Is there a hard and fast rule, or it's based on person to person?
See, it depends on your goal. If your goal is going to be, let's say, to do something like an LEL or PVP or the North Cape 4000 that Bipin had done just now, you need to put a lot of hours on the bike. Like you need to put at least, like I would say, 30 to 40 hours a week. Not in high intensity, like low and mid intensity, 30 to 40. The duration is high. If you're into triathlons and road racing, you need to have, I would say, gradually increase it. Don't do 20 hours. Unmesh ne bol diya 20 hours, then I'll do it for 20 hours. ऐसा नहीं होता. You start off with 5, 8, 10, 12, then 15 and 20. So someone who wants to be good in the sport, never overdo it. It might lead to injury. But somewhere between 8 to 12 hours on the bike will lead you to a good fitness level, I would say. And if you want to progress in the sport, then somewhere between 12 to 20 hours. This includes some of your gym sessions also.
Right. And this doesn't mean that every time you are on the bike you need to ride fast and put all your effort. You need a mix and match of workouts. There are a lot of workouts, and that is where I was discussing with Bobby, like, now AI has taken over everyone's job and everybody's scared of, because you get answers quickly. If I put in a normal quote like I am an 85 kg cyclist and my weight is this, my height is this, and I want to get better at cycling, can you give me a training plan so that I can reach this speed? ChatGPT or the AI might be able to give me a plan, a proper plan of what workouts I need to do and how I need to do. So why does a person need a cycling coach? Why is it required? Because ChatGPT is giving me that data and the coach might be able to give me that data as well. So why should I invest in a coach or probably get trained by a professional cyclist, and why not rely on the AI tools?
It all depends on your goal. Like if your goal is ki today I did 20 kilometers and my goal is to do 100 kilometers. ChatGPT training is perfect for you. Like you have a very vague or a generic goal, so it's good for that. Again, it depends on what prompt you put. You need to understand very well. But see, the concept of coach or a personal trainer is very wrong for many people. So they don't have the motivation to get up in the morning and do. They feel that the coach can help them push, saying morning 6 o'clock alarm, the coach will call, did you go for a ride? Go for a ride. Or did you go for the gym? Go for the gym. It's not that. It's not at all that. The coach's work is to improvise you when you have the motivation. Now, the coach is a personalized person. He will give you, definitely AI system can help you 60%.
Yeah.
But 40% extra benefit that you're going to get is from your coach. He is going to know that after the 7 days of training, if you skip the 4th day, what has to be the 5th, 6th, 7th, and not something that you have to follow.
Yeah.
Because you have broken your progress. Now it has to go in a right direction. Otherwise, again, it will lead to injury. So this is where coach plays a better role. The coach also understands the ground reality of your sport, your association, your riding clubs, and also your competitors who are there. So he will definitely put you in a position where you are better than your challenging competitors. You will know how to tackle the current association issues that are coming in or the guidelines that are there. And also, if you break your training cycle, how can he reform it?
Yep.
So that's where the coach plays a better way. So if your goal is to be at a really good level of your fitness, or I would say the best version of you, then you need a coach. If not, if your goal is just to have the fun of the sport, then it's always good to approach AI than not just do things randomly.
Right.
So that's a good choice. This is an even better choice.
Right. So if you want to just get a bit better of what you are today, probably use ChatGPT. But if you want to go into professional racing, where every second matters and every equipment that you use, how it is there, whether when you are on the bike, whether your helmet is aligning with your body and the airflow, all of this is something that a coach can help you with.
Yeah.
Previously, I also had, when I was a kid, I used to ride a bike and there were flat pedals, and even now we have flat pedals.
Yeah.
But nowadays we have clipless pedals. So is it advisable to start using clipless pedals at the start, or go with flat and then probably as you ride you can move on based on your requirements?
Irrespective if you're into recreational cycling or if you're into performance cycling or endurance cycling, cleats are going to be super beneficial for you. Like not just for your performance, your push and pull concept, but also when it comes to your right muscles firing in the pedal. So instead of randomly putting your heel sometime, your toe sometime, it's always good to put things in the right position so that your hamstrings are firing when it is needed, your glutes are firing when it is needed, your quadricep muscle is firing when it is needed. If you're very new to cycling, like it's your first bike, then I would say maximum time you should be without the cleat is max to max a month. Like after that, put in your cleats and get used to it. Everything that you see in the cleat is of the locking system and the unlocking system is all in your mind. So in short, if this is your pedal and this is your foot, you have to just twist and put your foot down. If you worry about the grip, MTB cleats are there. So MTB cleats are also good for you to walk around if you're into endurance cycling or recreational. But clipless concept, it's the perfect match for every cyclist, I would say.
Okay. And don't always think that if it's an MTB pedal, I can use it on an MTB, and if it's a road bike pedal, I can use it on a road bike. It's not like that. You can put an MTB pedal on a road bike.
On a road bike, yeah.
So it's just naming and probably convenience purpose, and also the usage and the type of cleats and the type of pedals and the type of shoes that you can use. But you can always mix and match. So don't fall into that trap that can I use an MTB pedal on a road bike or a road pedal on an MTB. It's all up to you.
Unless you're a commuter. If you're commuting, then definitely a flat pedal is there. But otherwise, just stick to a clipless pedal, I would say.
And everybody's scared of when I make the transition from a flat pedal to a clipless pedal, I'll fall. It's okay, fall once. Once you fall, your body remembers, and then it gets fit in your mind. So even I have had falls. Everything is a muscle memory. Once it gets in your body, then it's there. Then I don't ever have to think whether I need to unclip or not. A lot of people think of investing into a cycling computer, a heart rate sensor, a cadence sensor, and a speed sensor right when they buy a bike. Is it really important, or apps like Strava and other apps, are they enough for tracking your progress? How much time should he give himself in this journey?
As I told you in the first question before that, when you're buying a bike worth 1 lakh, like if you have a budget of 1 lakh, don't spend 1 lakh on the bike. Spend little less so that you can put on your equipment. So these are the equipments what I was talking about. Today, Strava can do the work of a GPS monitor.
Right.
No doubt on that. But everything that you have in your bike has to have a proper system. Your phone has a battery life, which might drain if you keep it on screen all the time. No matter how good your phone is, it might drain quite a bit. It's better to have a GPS monitor to start off with. I would not say Strava being the right choice. It's always good. A basic GPS monitor nowadays comes in for like 4,000, 4,500. It's a very good investment. Invest in it. It shows you on screen what is your distance, what is your average speed, what is your speed you're currently going in. So that's a perfect motivation for you. The moment you'll see that, okay, 2 दिन पहले मैंने 20 kmph का, now it's 22, you feel happy. So that is good. Heart rate monitor, not necessarily needed, because nowadays you have your watch, smartwatches which are connected. Heart rate can come through it. If not, then you can buy a heart rate monitor, which is starting from 2,000 rupees, or you can buy a watch also which does the job at the initial level. Cadence meter, again, not initially needed, I would say. Like, spend some time on the sport, have some free rides. So, you know, the free ride concept always motivates you, where you don't see any data, just ride as per your feel. Initial days, those free rides matter a lot. Post that, after 2-3 months, the moment you go for a cleat, your rhythm is set, you go for a cadence to understand that what is the number of pedals you're putting in. And if you're into structure training, or your goal is to race and you have a coach who's guiding you, or even if you have the AI system who's guiding, but you're into structure training, that AI ने आज बोला 2 घंटे में 2 घंटा चलाना है in this power, so I have to do it, then you need the power meter. Otherwise, power meter is a waste of investment for many, because if you will ride today for 3 times a day, and next week you'd stop riding, and the next to next week you'll again start riding for 2 times a day, it's of no use. It is just going to show you the power, but that is not going to benefit you. The power thing that you're seeing has to have the rhythm to improvise it. That's the reason the power meter is. Otherwise, a GPS monitor is the perfect one for beginners initially, then a heart rate, then a cadence. If needed, then a power meter.
Okay, I think we are done for the basic questions for today. We are gonna come up with many more videos on this, where we are gonna target different kinds of cyclists. For example, what an MTB rider faces, or what a triathlete issues are, and what are issues with racing enthusiasts and racing athletes. So we will make these separate videos. If you have any questions, cycling related events, or probably some problems that you might face that we have not covered, please mention all those questions in this comment, so that we get feedback from you, and then we can take that question and try to answer in this podcast, so that we are able to help many more people instead of helping one by one.
Yeah, true.
So please comment down all the questions that you feel are important and that needs an answer to. We will pick all the questions. We will try to answer them in the video. So I think that's all from this video.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot, Bobby, for being in the video and sharing all your insights. I think this video might be helpful for a lot of people. Let's see of what their reaction is. And if you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, share it with your friends. Make sure that this video reaches people who need it. That's all from this video, and we will have Bobby for many more videos in this series.
See you guys in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.